Today, we will be rebuilding the Toronto Raptors after they were eliminated in the first round. While the Raptors are a very solid team in the East, I do think that there's a couple moves to be made to put them in that top tier contender echelon. So our job today is to try to get this Toronto Raptors a championship before this rebuild is all said and done. But before we get into today's video, YouTube does tell me about 55% of the people that watch these videos aren't actually subscribed. So if you do fall in that 55%, want to change that, that'd be greatly appreciated. So this Raptors team battled all the way with the Cleveland Cavaliers, pushing them to 7 games. Unfortunately, they just were not able to get past the Cleveland Cavaliers. They didn't really have IQ at all, which didn't help, obviously. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting offseason for Toronto because, like I said, I do think they have a solid core group of players. I do feel like the Raptors do have some bad contracts. I'm not gonna lie. IQ's contract is pretty huge, and then Jakob Poeltl's isn't looking the best either. I'm not really sure how well that's gonna age, but yeah, so we're gonna have to really figure out how we're going to take the next step with this Raptors team. So let's go ahead and see what goes on with the championship. We're gonna have the Thunder and the Knicks in the finals, and the Thunder go on to beat the Knicks in 7 games. So I believe we have our first round pick this offseason, which obviously will be super helpful to have. So we have the 20th pick in this draft. I do feel like we can get somebody pretty good there, but if we're able to buy on anybody, obviously we will look into it. Guys like Giannis, Kawhi Leonard, all those guys will be available. I don't think I'll be doing that today with this Toronto Raptors team personally. I do believe that there is a trade to be made to try to upgrade from Jakob Poeltl probably. And Grady Dick apparently is going to be like a subject of trade matters this offseason. So I think we could probably look to trade him as well. So if there was one move I'm going to make, it's for sure trading away Grady Dick. Now, do I want to combine him into a trade? I feel like if I sold him, I wouldn't get much. So I'd rather combine his salary into something else. I like what Colin Murray-Boyles could become for this team in the future as well. I like IQ. I like the top 4 guys, but like I said, all of them, I'm just not really sure. I like Barnes. I think Barnes is going to be awesome, and he kind of showed that he can be awesome in the playoffs. So we need to figure out who Barnes' co-star is going to be. Is it Brandon Ingram? Do we keep him? I feel like Raptors fan base is kind of torn on how they feel about Brandon Ingram based off what I've seen. But let's go ahead and start with obviously talking about how do we get rid of Grady Dick and what we do to combine him into something else. I'll probably draft to 20, so let's go ahead and start with that, and then we can kind of look at some trade conversations. So I'm going to take Bennett Sturts here at pick 20 out of Iowa to be our first round pick here, and then we have a second rounder as well. And I think I'm going to take Boogie Flynn here. We'll take Boogie Flynn out of Florida here to summarize this draft. So we get Bennett Sturts and Boogie Flynn, 2 guards coming in. Sandro declines his player option. Grady Dick, we're going to accept it. I mean, I want to keep him and trade him rather than just letting him go. I'm going to accept Mobo and Trace Jackson-Davis just as more trade chips. And then qualifying offers, we have like AJ Lawson, Elijah Martin, and Chucky Hepburn as free agents. And then as for free agency, obviously Sandro's here somewhere. AJ Lawson is our only bird rights player, but I'll try to bring back Sandro. And then let's go start to talk about the trade conversation. So RJ Barrett only has 1 year on his deal as well. I don't know if he's willing to talk an extension already. Obviously, he's from Toronto, I believe, so keeping him would be cool. But if he doesn't want to talk an extension, then maybe we have to think about trading him at the deadline or something. I don't think I'll do it this offseason. I still might resign with the Raptors, but not before I test my value. So we'll have to see on that. But let's start with a Grady Dick conversation. If we're going to combine it with something like, can we, combine Grady Dick and Jakob Poeltl to turn into an upgrade at the 5? Like, that's kind of what I'm thinking of. So let's go see if that exists. I actually think this trade could make somewhat sense for us. I feel like Jakob Poeltl could be a really nice addition to the Lakers. They also get Grady Dick as well. We get Connect in a future unprotected first. So basically, by doing this, we're getting off the Jakob Poeltl contract entirely. Connect might develop into somebody for us. If not, we get a first round pick out of this as well. I like this trade simply for cap flexibility. By no means does this make us a better team, but to free up, that Jakob Poeltl contract, I kind of like the idea of it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this trade. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of Jakob Poeltl's contract. CMB, I don't know if I'll start him at the center, but I don't know. We might. It depends if we can find a replacement, but I'm fine with that trade because I still think we're a few steps away from like really being what we want to be. So I think just dumping the Jakob Poeltl contract, getting out of that is going to be the best place to start. I'm also going to go ahead and get Mitch Robinson. I think that makes a ton of sense as a replacement to Jakob Poeltl, much cheaper. And then at power forward, I am going to, of course, bring back Sandro as promised. So if I can go find him, he's somewhere in here. There he is. Let's see if I can get him a minimum, maybe. Let's see if he'll accept that. Oh, he declines it. Okay, that's not good. So Mitch Robinson, we're going to get... I don't think I can sign both of them. I'm assuming it won't let me. Does he? Okay, he's still declining that offer. Fair enough. He has no offers other than us, so we'll just go out of moratorium, and maybe that'll change it. So if we lose him, it would suck. Still has no offers right now, though. Let's try again. Okay, now he's starting to get some offers. Okay, so can I offer? No, apparently I can't even offer on him anymore. So we're going to lose Sandro in free agency. That kind of is unfortunate. The Kings are going to be getting him, so that kind of stings. I'm not going to lie, but Not really much I can do about it. So we're going to get Sandra's going to leave. And then we have Jamal Shed, IQ. We drafted Bennett Sturt, Jacoby Walter, RJ Barrett Connect, Brandon Ingram, Barnes Mogbo, and then CMB and Mitchell Robinson. So yeah, I guess I'm fine with that. It does suck to lose Sandro, but if we look at player progression, we got Barnes up to an 87, CMB is up to an 82, 79 Jacoby Walter, and then you got 77 from Connect. So if Connect can turn into what Grady Dick was supposed to be, I think that was a win. Would we trade Yakpertle for an unprotected first, and if Dick and Connect become similar players, then yeah, I feel good about that trade. So let's go ahead though, get into next season. There's still a lot to be done here. We are by no means like feeling good about where we're at. I think we got to talk about RJ Barrett and Ingram at the trade deadline. Barnes is for sure the guy I'm building around. That's no debate, but we're gonna have to find him a co-star, I feel like. And I just don't know if Ingram or RJ are either one of them. I like IQ as well as just like a, you know, role-playing point guard. His contract's a little bit bigger than I would want it to be, but we do have to dump somebody, so I guess it's going to be Chucky Hepburn. But okay, let's get into this rotation for year number 2. So going into this, Power Rank has us at 23rd, so it's not overly high here, so we got to keep that in mind. But if we look at what our rotation is going to look like, we're going to shrink the bench utilization down a tad bit. So you got IQ, Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Mitchell Robinson, Carlin Murray Boyle, Jacoby Walter, Jamal Shed, Connect, and Mogbo. So I like that quite a bit. And then let's take a look at the shot tendency, because I know Barnes' shot tendency is usually pretty low. So yeah, I obviously want that to be really high. If we're going to build around this guy, I want him to become an absolute superstar here in Toronto. So let's make sure he has all the shots in the world to have. So Scotty Barnes, Ingram's gonna stay where he's at. Maybe I'll bring that down just a tad bit. RJ, bring that maybe just down a bit, and I'm content with everybody else or everything else. Okay, so let's simulate probably to the trade deadline. We have to talk about what we're gonna do with RJ Barrett, if we're gonna trade him or extend him. It just depends. And then same thing with Ingram. Like, he has a player option next year, so technically he could be a free agent as well. So I feel like we gotta find out, you know, do we continue to build with these guys, or is there a bigger move to be made at the deadline? I think there'll be a bigger move, hopefully, to be made. Hopefully we're a decent team as well when we're there, so it makes sense to buy, but we shall see. So we've made it to the trade deadline, and we are above 500 at just one game, 25-24 in the season, and I actually kind of have a fun idea in mind. So the guy I'm after is actually from Canada, which is why I like the idea of it. Now, I don't think this team is just going to sell him off. I think they'd rather, you know, package him in a big deal if they were going to trade for a star or something. But of course, I am talking about Shaedon Sharpe in Portland. They are still bad in this particular situation. Shaedon Sharpe just got extended, and his contract's pretty good in today's CBA, I feel like. So he's an 86 overall, could develop even further. So that is why I kind of like, you know, bringing the hometown kid to Toronto, and he could maybe become that second scorer next to Scotty Barnes is kind of my thought process. So let's see if we can pull something off here. So RJ Barrett is, you know, thinking about testing free agency. I don't know if I could just swap with them. Yeah, I better say I assume they can't, because they have that contract doesn't match exactly. But we might be able to do something here still. So RJ Barrett and Shaedon Sharpe should still be fine. What if I got Kobe Buffkin off them, and then we got to throw them? I don't know if we can throw them something else like Boogie Flan. Okay, so we could do something like this. So RJ Barrett and Boogie Flan for Buffkin and Shaedon Sharpe. I don't know if they'd accept this straight up. Obviously, they don't. If I gave them my 27 this year, which is kind of risky because we're not technically a playoff team locked and loaded yet. I want to keep that Lakers pick. I would trade my 2028 because I feel like we'll be good at that point. Let's see. I don't know. Would you do this? This might be overpaying by a tad bit, but I don't even really want Kobe Buffkin. His trade value is just kind of like inflated right now. Is there somebody else that's like not as good? Young Hansen probably has decent. Clowney probably, yeah, I mean, his is even better. Okay, let's see. I guess we can go back to Buffkin, and then maybe I can throw just one more second. That gets it done. Nope, not quite. Maybe I'll throw a better player in than Boogie Flan, but I don't know if I can. Shed. Okay, yeah, that doesn't match salary, so there we go with that. What about Battle? That doesn't match salary either. Damn. Okay, so this might be a little bit tougher than I thought. Bennett Sturts is going to be a little too rich. Okay, what if I threw in Martin? That's still not enough. Okay, so we really have to go with one of these guys. Or it's going to have to be Boogie Flan, only making 1.3. Do I throw in another first, or is that insane? I don't know. I feel that's kind of crazy. I don't want to trade that Lakers pick. I could trade my 27, but that's kind of risky. I feel like another second isn't getting it done. I'm going to go ahead and throw my 2030 first in there. If they say no to this, we walk away. Yeah, okay, we're good then. You know what? It's fine. All right, we're going to have to figure out something else. Shaedon Sharpe would have been fun, and maybe we could still find another way to make that trade. So let's see if we just ask for them what they want. If it's involving Barnes and... Okay, so... Okay, this one's actually interesting. So we would trade Brandon Ingram. Unfortunately, they want us to trade... I wouldn't hate trading Brandon Ingram away. Like, that doesn't bother me by any means. So if I traded... I don't really want to trade this Lakers pick, though. That's my problem. So Kamara, though, and Shaden Sharp. I don't think the Blazers would do this realistically, but you're speaking my language. I'll say that. I'm going to try to keep that Lakers pick off the table. What if I throw you my 2028 instead? And let's see what they say to that. They say no still. Okay, second round pick. Again, I don't even really want Tamani Kamara that much, but if he's going to be thrown in here, I'm down for it. Let's go. We got it done. So we're going to walk away with Tamani Kamara and Shaden Sharp. I like that a lot. Didn't really necessarily want to trade Brandon Ingram away, but we did. RJ Barrett's going to... We'll see what we do with him. But if we did trade him, I guess we can maybe recoup some value. We're not really sure if that's going to be, something we can do, but we can take a look to see if there's anything on the table we like. If not, we can just resign RJ. We could trade him to Charlotte, dump his contract entirely, and get a top 3 protected first. I wouldn't hate that idea either. This would be like a full retool. I think I'm going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and do this trade. We're going to get another first-round pick, recoup some value. Miles Bridges will walk in free agency. So boom. We definitely kind of made some interesting moves there. And then we're going to move either Kamara or CMB to the 3. Well, I'm going to move Kamara there for now and leave CMB at center. But eventually that might change. So Tamani Kamara is going to come off the bench, but don't connect. So we got Shaden Sharp and Kamara at the trade deadline. Not the most realistic trade in the world, but I'm still happy with it. So let's go ahead and sim to the end of the season. Hopefully we can kind of still, be a good team this year. We're over 500, and it looks like we're starting to get some wins, more wins. So I will see you guys at the end of year one. That was a long trade deadline, but I felt good about what we did. Say what you want about that trade, but it instantly made us better, at least in the 2K universe. Real life, like I said, probably wouldn't be a trade that actually happens. That is definitely not what I'm saying at all. But for this video, I think that was kind of a fun trade to do. So All-NBA first team, Wembanyama, Giannis, LaMelo, SGA, Jason Tatum. We'd love to see Scotty Barnes on here, but not going to get that just yet. Maybe in the future we get it, but not quite. Not yet anyway. All defensive first team and all defensive second team, all rookie teams as well. But like I said, we do end up as the 4 seed in the East. So we crawl from like the 7th seed. And Scotty Barnes averaged 23. Shaden Sharp had 19. So ideally, Shaden Sharp turns into a superstar here in Toronto. That's why we did that trade. Getting Tamani Kamara. I didn't really want it to be that complicated, but getting Kamara as a add-in wasn't too bad either. So let's go ahead and take a look at how we finished, which is what I want to show you. But 49-33, as you guys remember, we were only 1 game over 500 at the deadline, so we instantly got better after that trade. So let's go see if we can go on a deep run. I don't know if we'll be able to, but should at least be an interesting team in the East this year. I like the starting 5 quite a bit, but let's see what happens. So game 1 is going to go to Atlanta. They beat us by 40. I don't know what prospect they got. Chris, I guess. Okay. So they had pick number 8. All right. So they don't have like Darren Peterson or anything. But we do even it up. 121-98. That's good. 34 from Shaden Sharp in that one. Love to see it. Game 3 is going to go to Atlanta. Game 4 is going to go to us. So far, this is a tied series. It's been like a back and forth, taking turns kind of series. But let's see if we can break that pattern and win 2 in a row here. Just got to win at home in game 5. No. So unfortunately, we're going to lose here. That's kind of unfortunate. But can we win game 6? Wow. Yeah, it really has been a pattern. So game 7 at home in Toronto. These Raptors fans should be loud and rowdy. Can we come out here and beat Atlanta to get to the second round after that trade? We've been right behind them the whole game. Do we ever take the lead from them? We do not. So we're going to lose in the first round, but that's okay. I do think we need a little bit more, a few more moves. We did some crazy retooling at the trade deadline. And we have the Thunder and the Pistons in the finals, and the Pistons going to win the championship. So we do have our pick in this draft at pick 24, which is nice to see. And if we look at staff signing, Darko is obviously going to stick around. I like what he's done so far. So we have the 24th pick. Then we have 2 picks in 2028. Neither one of them are our own. So we don't even have to be bad. If, either Charlotte or LA is bad, which would, it's a good chance that one of them are. I will say that. So I'm going to try to keep those picks out of, trading. We're not trading them away. I'm going to keep those picks out of the conversation. I'm going to hope that one of those teams is just absolutely dreadful and we can maybe make a big draft pick in one of those draft classes. So let's go to draft night. Let's go see what we got going on here. Again, we have a 24th pick, I believe, in this draft. So let's go see what we can do with this. So at pick 24, we are going to take, we could take Caleb Gaskins, which I wouldn't hate, or we could take like Taj Ariza, or I don't know, what do we want to do? Mahop. I'm taking this guy. He's turned into a stud for me every time I've taken him. Getting him this late feels good. So welcome to Toronto. Walter, Connect, and Flan. I'm going to accept all of these. We're going to accept every single one. And then Jameson Battle, probably won't worry about him too much. But for free agency, we have Trace Jackson Davis, Miles Bridges. So yeah, Miles Bridges was just somebody I was going to let go. And we do have money to sign like a full MLE, which would be nice to add. So we have IQ, Jamal Shed, of course, Bennett Sturts, who we drafted, Boogie Flans here as well, Jacoby Walter, OG. So our guard depth is, really good. I like our guard depth quite a bit. Kamara, Connect, love that. Barnes, Mogbo, and then CMB and Mitch Robinson. So technically, we have ourselves a full rotation. And I think I am going to sign a full MLE because, we can go get Lively or something like that. I wouldn't hate that idea. So yeah, and then, I'm going to throw a Lively a contract. Let's throw him a contract. I don't know how much I can give him, but I'm going to give him the full 15 million I can give him. And the Mavericks apparently are not going to match it. So we're going to go ahead and get Lively off them. And now we have ourselves a very interesting team. And the reason why I wanted to sign a full MLE, because I wanted a tradable contract at the deadline. So yeah, and then CMB. I don't really know where we're going to play him just yet, but I wouldn't mind moving him to the 3. Probably be our starter eventually, because obviously Kamara is not someone that progresses like crazy in 2K. So CMB can be someone that develops there for us. He's up to an 84 at the center position right now. Could continue to play him there, but we'll see. Kamara is up to an 83, Lively 82, Connect up to an 80. So Connect is developing. Let's see how Grady Dick is doing in LA though. Let's see if they even kept him. I don't even see him on the team anymore, but they did get Giannis, and they have Pirtle, who's down to a 79 at this point. Okay, well, let's go into next season again, and then Shaden Sharp, not to mention, is up to an 88, so that's awesome. And then I wanted Shaden Sharp to have a higher shot tendency as well, because that's why we kind of grabbed him, because I think he can turn into an absolute stud for us in Toronto, hometown kid. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. So yeah, something like that should be good. And let's go into next season. Let's see what it's going to look like, and we're going to have the full tools. If that Lakers or Hornets pick is good, which the Lakers have Luka and Giannis, I don't really know how good it's going to be, but by chance one of those picks are really good, we can either just draft in 28, or we can use those picks to our advantage and make a trade. So Power Rank has this at 10th overall, which is a good sign that this season could be better than last year. They have CMB starting at the 5, so okay. I mean, if I moved him to the 3, I just want to see what his overall would be if I did. Okay, he's up to an 85, so it doesn't go up that much. So I guess we could play CMB at the 5 full time. I mean, I guess I wouldn't necessarily need a center upgrade if I did that, but Barnes, Kamara, Shaden Sharp, IQ, I like this quite a bit. Jacoby Walter, and then we have a few guys that I'm very excited about potentially developing in the future. But I feel like we have a lot of assets to pull off a big trade at the deadline if we so please. So let's get to the deadline. Let's see how good we are. Hopefully Shaden Sharp and Scotty Barnes are gonna, have a really good season for us, lead us to like a top 3 seed finish in the East. But trade deadline is still going to be a very interesting conversation for us if we're able to make a move there. So we are at the trade deadline, and I'm going to try to make an acquisition at the 5 spot with Zach Edey, who is about to get paid, but it's another fellow Canadian dude that I'm trying to bring in here, but he's averaging 10 rebounds and 6 points. I just need a center to rebound the ball like crazy. 2K loves this rebounding stat, so if we can get Zach Edey to just come in here, rebound him and Lively as our center rotation, I would like that quite a bit. So I'm going for Jacoby Walter, Mitch Robinson in this trade because we have depth at both these positions. I don't know if they'll agree to that. They don't. So by the way, these picks are very valuable, which is nice to see. I don't plan on trading either one of them in this situation. But if I can trade my second or something like that, or a couple seconds to maybe move the needle here, I don't know if I can get to 3 seconds, and there we go. So just like that, we grab Zach Edey at the trade deadline, and then my plan is to slide CMB to the 3. He's playing really well, but he goes up to an 86 to small forward, so he's going to start there. Zach Edey at the 5, Lively at the 5, and then Connect is going to slide to the 2. So we're going to do something like that. So there we go. So now you have yourselves a IQ, Sharp, Colin Murray, Boyle, Scotty Barnes, Zach Edey, Jamal Shed, Connect, Mogbo, Bennett Sturts, and then Boogie Flan. Obviously, when Kamara and Derek Lively are healthy, that'll be a different rotation. But yes, I feel like this is a team that can absolutely compete in the East. Barnes is averaging 22, and Shaden Sharp is averaging 26 on really good efficiency, which was the vision when I traded for him. So let's see if this team is ready to go do something in this Eastern Conference. Right now, we are a top 3 seed as the 3rd seed in the East. I love what we've put together, but all that matters is bringing home some hardware. So let's go see if we can do it this year, or if it's going to take us a couple years, but eventually we're going to get one. And we have ourselves a beautiful finish at the end of this season, but Anthony Edwards wins MVP. Stokes is your Rookie of the Year in Sacramento. Giddey is your 6th man. Wemby is your depoy. Wilson's your most improved, and SGA is your clutch player. Coach of the Year and Executive, unfortunately, goes to Timberwolves. I didn't know if we'd be here, but we're not. So what about All-NBA teams? Do we get like a Sharp or Scotty Barnes appearance here? So not an All-NBA first team, not an All-NBA second, and not an All-NBA third team either. A little disappointing, but that's okay. All defensive first team and all defensive second team, all rookie teams, and yeah, nothing to show for us at all. But as I mentioned, we are the the first seed in the East, edging out Atlanta here at 58 and 24. Very close there, but first seed, man. Love to see it. Player stats, you had Sharp, who's day-to-day, but thankfully he's good. Played all 82 games. And then you got 24 from Scotty Barnes, 16 from IQ, who's actually been really good as a third option. So despite me calling his contract not the best earlier, I mean, he's doing his thing. I mean, again, I'd rather him making a little half of what he's at, what he's making right now, but I like what he's doing. So Dalton Connect's gonna need a payday, and he's been pretty good for us. He's basically been what we wanted Grady Dick to be. So I'm not mad at that trade we did earlier for the with the Lakers. CMB 11-7 at that small forward spot. Shooting 32% from 3 is not too bad either. I'll take it. Bennett starts, but Lively 8-6. But all that matters is how far we're gonna go in these playoffs. So I cannot wait to kind of see what it looks like. But in round 1, we'll be playing the Brooklyn Nets. We lost in round 1 last year. The Brooklyn Nets have added Darren Peterson and Koulibaly. Claxton's still there. Collins there. Danny Wolf, Trey Horry. So it's a decent Nets team. They're the 8th seed, though. And, hopefully they're the 8th seed for a reason. We're the 1st seed, and that shows up. But game 1 is going to go to us. Beat them by 19, 34 and 34 from our 2 guys. Game 2 is going to go to us as well. 126 and 119. We go up 3-0. Yes, we can. Let's go. So far, so good. Can we sweep them? Yes, we can. Sweeping Darren Peterson is never easy in 2K, so I'll take it. We get the Knicks now, though, which obviously the Knicks have been the powerhouse in the East. More than likely, in real life, they're going to come out of the Eastern Conference as well, if I had to guess. And unless Detroit, or I guess if Cleveland comes back, Philly, I don't think they're coming back, unfortunately. But you never know. I didn't think they were going to beat the Celtics either, than they did. So, okay, we're in the second round. Knicks are the matchup. Game 1 is going to go to us, 127 to 107. Good start. They even it up, though. They get one on the road. Do we need to do the same thing? Do we do it here? Yes. Okay, so we do get a road win to make sure we have home court advantage still in our grasp. We have 2 home games remaining, but hopefully we only have 1 here because we'll win this one and the next one if we can. But we got to win this game here first, and we do take the lead late here, and we will take it. So 91 to 100. Now we can go in at MSG here. We go to the conference finals. Can we do that, though, is the question. It's looking decent, but they've had the lead most of the game. We take it late, and we will take it from them at the end, 25 and 24. We've made it to the conference finals to play Atlanta or Detroit. I don't even know who I'd rather play because both teams always seem to give me hell. By the way, I noticed this earlier when I was looking at trades for a center. The Mavericks got Nikola Jokic, so yeah, Jokic and Flag is going to be scary if we have to deal with that. We got to get past this. We'll see if they get past, I guess they beat the Spurs, so I don't know. Regardless who we playing, it's going to be the Pistons. Okay, Kate Cunningham's always a problem. Warriors, Mavericks is your conference finals matchup. Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, and Jimmy Butler, and Porzingis. Okay, go with Pete Knotsman. Damn, okay, Warriors. Although it is an 81 Damian Lillard. He might be hurt, though. I'm not sure. Okay, Detroit. Let's see if we can take them down. I mean, I feel we have the squad to absolutely give Cade hell, but we'll see what happens. So game 1 is going to go to us, 135 to 117. 46 from Shaedon Sharpe, averaging 27 these playoffs so far. Game 2 is going to us. So yeah, the Vit and Scotty Barnes with 42 in that one. He's averaging 32 in the playoffs. You love to see it. Game 3 is going to go to us. Let's go. Beat them by 10. Can we win and sweep them? Yes, we can. Let's freaking go. But as I mentioned, the matchup in the finals is going to be the Mavericks, it looks like. It looks like they're going to sweep, and they do. So Nikola Jokic is the matchup to deal with, which, I have no idea how that's going to go. Well, Jokic and Flag, not to mention. I can't leave out Cooper Flag. So let's simcast game 1 because this is going to be very tough. But we're in Toronto for game 1. We have home court advantage in this series, so let's start off with a win, shall we? Back and forth. They've had the lead. The lead's been back and forth, but they do take it here at the end. So 120-100. We're not shocked in the slightest if this team just can never let us win, but and we get swept here, which would really suck because I feel really good about this team we assembled, but when Jokic and Cooper Flag team up together, what can you do? And yeah, so that is kind of reflecting right now. I don't think let's pull out the 8 meditation. I don't know if that's going to change anything, but we'll pull it out anyway. We do have a couple of guys, or Jamal Sheds Cole, but okay. Game 3, so we lost both games at home, so we have to try to return the favor on the road in Dallas, which we'll see if we're able to do that. And we've had some leads in these games, but have never held on to them. So can we hold on to this one? Yes. Okay, so we do win game 3, so we're still alive. Got to win the next one as well. And then you have yourselves a conversation where you're like, okay, this series became interesting, but let's see if they allow us to win game 4. Again, we've had some leads, but we can never hold on to them. Can we hold on to this one? Yes, we can. We've tied it up. Okay, let's go. We've won 2 in a row. They won 2 in a row. Now it's time for us to hopefully win 3 in a row. The 8-man rotation is unstoppable, I hope. Let's win game 5 as well. Come on, man. I know we can do it. We can take down this Mavericks team. Let's do it. Okay, we take a lead. Hang on to it. Hang on to it. Hang on to it. We're up 3-2, fellas. We are up 3-2. Now, do the Mavericks have any injuries? No, we're beating a clean Mavericks team right now. Let's go. Okay, but we're only up 3-2. We have not closed the series necessarily. Now, thankfully, we're fully healthy still. So, let's go, man. Okay, one more win. We bring a championship to Toronto once again, this time with no Kawhi Leonard. Can we do it? We have a lead in the first quarter. Let's go win the second quarter as well. We lose the second quarter, but we still have a lead. Okay, it's a fourth quarter close game. Wow, this is as close as it can get, but we have a lead late. Oh my gosh, guys, I think we've done it. Wow, I think this is the quickest first round elimination rebuilds that we've done. Now, obviously, I didn't do Atlanta. I did kind of rant. I don't even know if you're going to hear this if you made it to the end, but Atlanta, I've skipped because we'll be visiting them in the lottery. Unfortunately, I ran out of time to do them, and it just doesn't make sense to do them at this point. I'll probably be live streaming on Sunday to react to the lottery. I don't even know why I jumped in, but we did. So, yeah, let's go ahead. Since we, literally rebuilt this team faster than any of the other teams, let's come out here and play a little bit. So IQ for 3. Derek Lively on his former team. Forgot about that idea. So it's probably a good thing we took him away from them. Although I don't know if they would have been able to afford Jokic. So who knows? I guess that's why they let Lively go. Because they're like, hey, we're going to get Jokic instead. Fair enough. Fair game to them. But Shaedon Sharpe, you got some for me? You got Christie guarding him. See? Got no shot. No way of grading that. Okay. So far, this gameplay is pretty bad, but that's okay. We're up 9 with 27 seconds left, so there's really no way I can blow this. They're going to inbound the ball here. Let's see. Give it to IQ. 131, 7-point game. I think we're going to get to the basket pretty easily. We do. So, yeah, that should put him away. All right, guys. I mean, we're going to end off with a basket made by me. We're not going to play anymore, so I'm going to end it there, fellas. Again, this was the quickest one of the first-round eliminated teams, so pretty happy about it. I did not expect this to be so quick, and the trades we made were very interesting, but I liked them, and they ended up working out. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Raptors fans, please don't kill me in the comment section if you've already done so. Usually that seems to happen on these type of video or on Raptors videos, but this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.